everybody. My name is Kyle Knott, and I am not your average finance guy. And today we are going to ask the question, is your fancy dressed financial advisor actually worth it? So, I'm not your average finance guy, and I'm not fancy dressed. I got my hoodie on here, and I've just been studying this stuff, and I'm trying to educate the masses because they never taught any of this stuff in school. And I'm here to tell you, you don't have to pay somebody in a fancy suit to take over your money. All right, let's take a look at this. So here's our assumptions. We're going to have an advisor, or there's an advisor from a big bank who's going to invest your money in the S&P 500 index fund. And for simplicity, or I don't know where he's going to put it, but he's promising you he's making some big promises. All right. For simplicity, we're going to start with $1 million. All right. Look at them. They're fancy dressed. They got those expensive suits on. And why is that? It's because they take a 2% fee. So you're going to give them $1 million, and you say you've got 25 years until retirement. So here it is. Here's my $1 million. I don't know how you got it. Maybe it's inheritance. Maybe you saved it. Maybe you won the lottery. I don't know. But just whatever. 100,000. Maybe it's $1 million. Whatever. But here is a big chunk of money. Here, you guys look like you're super smart and into money, and you look rich, and you have these fancy suits on. So please take all my money and invest it for me and make me rich too. Okay? So what they're going to do is, all right, yep, you bet, we're going to get you about 7%, and that's our average returns, and we're going to compound it, and they're going to use all kinds of fancy words and terms. And for doing that, you know, they're going to do a lot of hard work for you, and so they're going to take a 2% fee. 2%, that's not that bad, right? All right, so say you've got a 7% return that they talk about. They just became 5%, all right? But they didn't really mention that, okay? Then there's inflation. Let's pretend that the government can actually get it down to 2%, which they can't. They probably won't, but let's just pretend that it actually is 2%. That leaves you with 3% on $1 million for 25 years, okay? In 25 years, your $1 million is now worth $3.4 million, but due to inflation, the number on the screen would be $3.4 million, but it'd be worth about $2.1 due to inflation. All right. I guess that's not bad. They doubled your money in 25 years. Not that good. What if you just roll your sleeves up? What if we just do this ourselves? And you go and take a couple extra steps that really aren't that hard. I've done this. I don't do much in the S&P and Vanguard and stuff like that. I'm a real estate investor, most of it. But I do have an account here. If you open a Vanguard account, go to Vanguard.com. Go to any of them. They're all pretty much the same, but Vanguard is a lot lower fees. Put that $1 million into their S&P 500 index fund. Okay? They've got a historical return of 7%, which it's actually a little bit better than that. Their fees, if you do it yourself, 0.3%. All right? That's the money right there. In 24 years, you got $5.4 million by doing it yourself. This won't even take you an hour. If you really don't know what you're doing and you have to have someone hold your hand, call me. I'll help you with this, okay? Maybe it'll take 2 hours, okay? 2 hours to $5.4 million. This is 5 times your money. If you give it to the fancy suits, they're going to double it. They're going to get rich. They'll have just as much as you do with that 2% fee that they're taking. Or you can do it yourself and you'll end up with 5.4. This is going off the historical returns. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have a fancy suit. I can't tell you what the future is going to bring, but everyone always kind of throws that 7 to 10% range out there that, you know, historically, this is what you've made, so that's what you should make moving forward. Who knows? Maybe if you do this, the whole world could turn to shit and you're end with zero. But you could do that anywhere. If it's sitting in the bank could go bankrupt and you're left with a $250,000 FDIC insured loan that, like, know for a fact there's not near enough money to bail everyone out at $250,000. So yeah, says it's backed by the government, but I don't think it's that safe anyway. But there you go. Take one step, do something super simple. You get 5 times the money versus giving someone a fancy suit. All right, hope this helps. Let me know if you need any help. Good luck, everybody.